Hi everyone, I'm Caroline Redekopp, your host, and welcome to Between Worlds, where we are exploring alternate realities. And this second episode will deal with the power of love. Now, I'd like to start off this episode with talking about who I am. In case you don't know who I am, I consider myself a psychic medium, which means that I can read energy. I also consider myself a channel because I do receive communication from the spirit world, from past loved ones as a medium, and also from other beings. And I'll talk about that more once I get into some of the channeled messages that I have to share with you. And I also consider myself a prophet of some sort. What I mean by that is I refer to myself as the dream prophet, and because when I was a child, I had extremely vivid dreams. In fact, a lot of them were nightmares to a child, and I later found out that a lot of the dreams I was having were very prophetic. And I would have dreams about my family members, and then I would tell them, and then they would let me know that they were actually coming true. So they were quite prophetic. I have also had dreams about complete strangers, met them, this was just a few years ago, met someone during a writing group and passed along a message that she needed to hear. So it's quite amazing to me and quite fascinating, and it's quite an amazing journey for me to be going on, and I want to continue this journey, and I want to share this journey with you, and I've been called to do this show. And you'll understand more when I tell you about the channeling sessions, but I feel like there is a need to bring forward information about other realities, and this will help awaken, be part of the awakening process that we are all experiencing right now, and I want to be a part of that as well, and to contribute. So that's how the show came about. So I will be concentrating on exploring alternate realities, and just so happens that we are in one right now. The first episode talked about the energy of fear that came from the worldwide pandemic. And I'm just noticing that it's just increasing. I'm sure that not everyone is buying into that fear, but I'm sure that it's difficult to stay out of that fear when we're inundated with so much information, misinformation, and propaganda that does not help us stay out of that frequency, which breaks down our system and makes us susceptible to being attacked by a virus or any type of illness for that matter. Okay, so now that you know my reasonings for the show and who I am, I'd like to get to some of the channeled messages that I received last year. And the reason I'm bringing them up now is because I was called to look at my book yesterday. And I realized when I reread the messages that they do pertain to what is going on right now. So I'd like to start. I don't know if they're in order. I'm just going to go for it. I have marked them so I can just go to them. Now, the first one is March 9th, 2019. So here is the message, and I believe most of these messages came from a blonde woman, a very tall blonde woman, I feel is from another world. I would like to say Pleiadians, but I did not confirm it because at that time I was not aware of what I was doing at that time. I mean, I knew I was channeling, I just didn't know enough information at that time to be able to say, okay, who are you, where did you come from, and to be doing all the confirmation. But I still feel like this message comes from a loving place, and you'll understand why. So let's begin. Our worlds will collide, but not in a catastrophic way. We will be blending spiritually. The time has come, and we would like you to show people, others, how this will be done. We will be the strength behind your pen. All you need do is connect with us daily, and we will be there every time without fail. And I believe they were trying to tell me that if I chose to start channeling, that they would be there to provide me with the messages that that people need to hear. You have learned not to question and doubt this energy flowing through your communication channels. We are loving beings. We move with precision because we walk in our spiritual essence at all times. You on earth have walked mostly in an earthly way. You in the past decades have started to reopen to the other worlds around you. Some have embraced them, but not all. This is the beginning of the end of your world, but that is a good thing. Now, they are mentioning that the past decade. So when they make a reference to the end of your world, I believe this has been going on for quite some time. There has been a shift, a slow shift. And it was the beginning back then to shifting into another paradigm. I don't believe that they were talking about the end of the world physically. I believe that it is a paradigm shift, or a shift in our frequency and our awakening and our spirituality, and everything else will follow that. So, and we're really seeing that now. And it's interesting, before I go on, that this virus is the catalyst for it. I almost feel like a turning point, or to really make people sit up and look and see what is happening, and to question what kind of world we've been living in, because we have time to do that. We've been taken away from the busyness in our lives to be able to reflect and look at that and be discerning about the information that we're receiving. Not all, but I think more and more people are doing that, and this is an opportunity to do that. So that's why I really want to talk about this frequency of love and the power of love and the power that we do have right now to help transform and shift. Okay, so then I asked, I said, can you show me the love? And this blonde woman stepped forward and explained that the negative entities are called shapeshifters, and that our world, and she refers to Earth, will fight tooth and nail not to merge with their world because of fear. So again, I feel like this collision course is, I don't feel it's a physical world either. I feel like it's just a new perspective, a new frequency. We're heading into that 5D frequency. We're opening up to that. We're being given an opportunity to be able to raise our vibration and our frequency to be able to see that new reality. Now, in time, they will understand the beauty of our frequency, and I think, again, they is the humankind. And then she said, give me your hand so you can feel this healing power. We have mastered our pain body, so we no longer need it. This is how we live in peace and tranquility. So again, I feel like it's like a raised vibration where we can elevate ourselves past this frequency of illness and pain, so that we can live in a peaceful environment. All right, so now I'm going to skip to another channeled message, April 25th, 2019, and I asked the question, what do I need to convey to humanity? There is a contradiction in the structure of your planet. I hesitate to use universe because you do not see that you are a universe. Not you, the channel, she speaks of me. You as in the public you. What is the contradiction? That you are love, that you see that as outside of yourself, that you must seek it in order to feel whole, but you cannot seek it. It is what you are made of. It is only to become aware of it. The need to find it in others is a preponderously ridiculous notion. Yes, they have it within themselves too, but why do you have to seek it within another when you already possess it? Again, release the illusions that it is outside of you. You are unconditional love. But to experience this planet, you have agreed to put a condition on that love. That is why when you meditate or channel, you experience this unconditional love, because your energy blends with another of high frequency, and it is that energetic vibration of love that you feel. What if I were to tell you that you could manifest anything? You heard me right. Anything. When Jesus, the great spiritual teacher, brought forth bread out of thin air, this has already been done in your world. It is possible, but the programming that you have been succumbed to for many decades tells you otherwise. Imagine if you could bring forward anything, how that would affect the powers in place, the control. So this programming is encouraged. Imagine, it's encouraged. If we all realized the potential of our power, imagine what we could do. Perhaps there are entities out there that don't want us to know that because it benefits them. I'll let you figure out who that might be. If you wish to try it, reach out your hand. So, jokingly, with the channeled entity, I was putting out my hand, and they joked back and said, "Not yet." Well, that's okay. Meaning, when we really embrace that we believe, our belief system truly believes, and this has been talked about with Abraham Hicks in the Law of Attraction, that when we really truly believe and we change our frequency, that yes, we can create and bring forward and manifest anything we want. It's been done. And I'm sure that many of you experience that on other levels. You've thought of something. I can't tell you how many times I've gone down the street and I think, in my house when I first got here and I was trying to furnish my place, I would say, I really need a table in the corner. It has to be about, 2 by 2 and 4 inches tall, or I have no idea what the parameters I'm giving you, but anyway, a little table has to fit in that little corner. And then I go out on the street and lo and behold, I walk by and there's a table that someone got rid of and it's exactly what I need, the dimensions I need, and I pick it up. That happens so much. Or one time I put out dinnerware. I had no idea why. I just started setting the table for 2. And I thought, just feel like setting the table, looks really pretty. And then I get a knock on the door and it's a friend of mine who's dropped by and was hungry and wanted to eat. And I said, well, looks like I've already set the table for you. Just things like that. Think about things like that you've done, or you get a feeling about someone and then they call you and you haven't heard from them for years, right? Or months. And then they call you. We know we have this ability, all of us. But either we've been conditioned to not take notice of it, or programmed to believe we're less than or not worthy, or that we should suffer. I'm talking about religion here. We should suffer and sacrifice for others. I don't believe that is what we're here for. I think we're experiencing, and we should be experiencing, joy and bliss and happiness and love and all of that. But we've believed otherwise. Okay, let's continue. I have another meditation, May 1st. Did I finish that one? Let me see now. Yes, convey. Yes. All right. May 1st, 2019. So this was all last year. Oh yes, dear beloved one, we are happy to be here. You are greatly loved. We hold you dear to our hearts. Blessed are all. This energy is quite pleasant, is it not? You have a question. Yes, you may ask. Your purpose is to give birth to new ideas. These ideas will be coming to you from many downloads that you are receiving through your channeling. They will entail the energy of love, and that is why I'm talking to you about love today. This will be made clear to you during many sessions. I'm sure this won't be the only episode we talk about love on. Okay. Yes, you have a question about the written word. We have already discussed with you through other means. This will entail the written word as you inquired about, but this is not the only way. Now, then I had a shift and I felt like someone else came forward. Pardon me. My energy is much like the bear. George is what they call me. Bear energy is what I bring forth. I have been a shaman, and you may call upon me with anything to do with healing. I see you have bear energy in your home. And I have to mention this because I actually do. I bought this bear rattle. Hope you can see that. And I use it for healing practices. It is it's made out of Caracal Clay Studio, or made from, okay. This is by Janet Grabner. So she created this rock cradle. It's quite beautiful, actually. I love it. You may connect with us through that if you wish. Be humble. We see you are. My tribe, we are bear people. We come from the Dakotas, and I'm not sure if that's right. Someone may want to confirm that. If this is someone who's already crossed over. So I was speaking with their consciousness. What is it that you need to know right now? Let us look and we shall tell you. Spit in the fire. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe someone who knows about these practices can let me know what that means. You are open to many channels. You refer to it as the crown. You are an open source, the gold and the purple, but your voice still requires to be healed. Your voice has been closed. Let me tell you, I know what they're talking about. Yes, we are touching and healing your throat chakra. Allow the emotions to come forward. Your voice has been blocked for centuries. It has repeated itself for many lifetimes for you. You are coming to the understanding that your voice comes from bringing up those emotions, allowing them to flow from your voice. Open your mouths and let them come out. Now, again, I feel like, yes, this is a message for me personally, but it's not just me. When I look and I feel that we're all connected, I feel like this is something that we all need to hear right now. We all need to speak up and stand up for a new, beautiful, created world that we all want to start living in. There is a bear dance that we do to encourage this process. So you might want to look into that, especially now that we have time to do that. Might be fun. Perhaps you should try it. There you go. You are connected to, oh, this is interesting. So he is all about bear energy, but then he tells me that I'm actually connected to bird energy. We see that the raven, the hawk, and we see significance with the yellow bird. And it's interesting because if you noticed the intro to my show, I have this beautiful yellow bird spirit, and I was attracted to it, and that's why I chose it. But I forgot completely all about this channeled message until yesterday when I reread this and realized, oh my gosh, that yellow bird has come forward, and he mentions it. So, and then he goes that the yellow bird is more symbolic than I guess the raven and the hawk. And I do use it symbolically for my show, ironically. Okay. And then I have another energy come forward, and I feel now that I am channeling my higher self, but as a child. And the reason I'm sharing this one with you is because I feel that we all have stories from our childhood that we need to address and release. And hopefully I won't get emotional when I start reading this one again, but I can't guarantee it. So hopefully you'll get some understanding and inspiration from this as well. Hi, I love you. You are so loved. You have great power. Your power comes from your heart. You are so heart-centered, and the people you grew up with did not understand that. They lived through their own pain and did not know how to handle your generosity, your compassion. The gift that you are, the gift that you are. And they repeat this. And I think it's important because it had to be repeated How many times have you heard someone tell you something about you, wonderful blessing, and you don't receive it? You just go, oh yeah, yeah, sure, and you don't hear it, you don't want to hear it, you can't hear it because of all the other story that you have, I'm not worthy, I'm not enough, and all that kind of stuff. We block it from coming in. It's time to let it in. So I'm going to repeat this. The gift that you are, that is directed to you. We make decisions in our lives with the best of intentions. In hindsight, we see that it may not have been the best choice at the time. But there is no way of knowing that without reflection. So in reality, for you, it was the best choice at the time. There is no such thing as fault or blame or shame and guilt. Those are all forms of punishment to ourselves. It's time to stop punishing. Again, this is for everybody. How many times have you brought up something from your past that you've done that you feel, oh my gosh, why did I do that? I was such an idiot. Oh my gosh. You use this language and this terminology and you go over it and over it in your head and you punish yourself for it, and then you bring your self-worth and confidence down because that's the the story and the record that you're playing in your head. You know what I'm talking about. Well, it's time to stop punishing. You paid your penance many times over. I forgive you. That's your child telling you this. Your childhood self. I am sorry for your pain and suffering, but it is time to see from a new reality. Now is the time. The reality we always wanted you to live. That is your power. It is not to control, manipulate, move things in a certain direction. It is to create the reality you choose to live, and then to choose to live that reality in every second and in every day. Are you living that reality? We, the past, the present, and the future, you, would like you to live that reality with joy and love and abundance and support and connectedness. Pardon me, I should have brought some water nearby. Do you feel the peace created from that love? Let it permeate your body, your soul, the room, the city, the state, the country, the world, the universe. Now you are embodying true love and light. It is a frequency, and we can all tap into it. It is available to everybody. Okay, this is the last one I'd like to talk about. This is very important too. We have great things to do on Earth. It is beneficial to all to raise the vibration of the planet, one by one. The ball is spinning. It spins within each of you. You hold it in your hand. It vibrates at great speeds. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the ball is, to be honest with you, but I'm thinking it may be a metaphor or just a frequency again. I mean, we are trying to raise and elevate our frequency to 5D, or open up to the awareness of a 5D reality. So it is important to all, the power that you hold within your hands and what you wish to do with it in this lifetime. Again, it could be a metaphor that, our reality is up to us. It is, we hold the world. Oh, isn't this interesting? Okay, this beautiful Lightworker journal I got from Alana Fairchild. Thank you. It's just stunning. But as I'm talking about holding the world in your hands, and here's this gorgeous energy of an angel, and just bringing in this incredible source energy. I mean, look at this. This says it all right here. Might as well just hold this up, right? This is what I'm talking about. We hold our reality right now in our hands. It's in our hands. It's no longer in the hands of the other powers that be that do not want us to have this wonderful life, because it benefits them for us not to be in this joy and bliss. but we actually have it in our hands right now. So let me continue. You will understand more in the coming days and months and years. Great transformations will occur within yourselves and within the world. It had to happen slowly, one by one, and that awakening is taking off, and it will permeate across the world. There are great discoveries to be made underground. So we may be uncovering things that will let us know that we've been on the right track. We do not speak of the drilling and the fracking. We speak of undiscovered secrets that behold great wisdom for all humankind. This will benefit you. This is not something you need to fear. This will create a bridge of understanding among humanity. Now, again, this may be a metaphor, this bridge of understanding. There is talk that in astrological channels, I'm not an astrologist, but this is what I've heard, that the planets are arranged in a way that corruption is being exposed, secrets are being revealed, and when all of this is being uncovered, that we will receive truth and information that has been withheld from us for years to keep us enslaved. And I feel that that's what they're talking about. But there could actually be discoveries coming up. Technological discoveries, it could be archaeologists uncovering things in the ground that will confirm a lot of the new beliefs or old beliefs that we have awakened to. Okay, let me continue. There are a great number of celestial beings that you refer to as angels who are here in your world. They currently protect and stand guard around this bridge. There are many more to come and assist, to guide, to delegate, to rid and purge your planet of energies that can no longer withstand the light. The light is finally shedding light on the dark. It is time, for right around the corner, a world of paradise is yet to be created, but soon will come. Excuse me. Your children will benefit greatly. And again, I feel this is a message for all because I don't have children. So I believe this is this is a message for everybody. So it's like the generation, right? There is a story that circulates. Some of that story carries with it untruths. It is important to be diligent in what you bring into your life as wisdom and guidance. Again, I feel like this is referring to what is happening right now. We're receiving a lot of information and misinformation. So it is up to us now to really pay attention to what feels right and what doesn't feel right, and not to believe everything you read, because there is a lot of energy in instilling fear in the people to keep us down. Okay, so remember that. Yes, discernment is key. You have the tools and the power to make these decisions when it becomes known to you. And choices need to be made. There is nothing to fear. Again, you don't have anything to fear. This is all good. The structures are crumbling. This is a good thing. It may feel uncomfortable right now. The unknown is an uncomfortable thing. But in the end, it is for the higher good. Do not listen to propaganda or the spread of ill will and energies that will have you focused on fear. That does not help your planet. It is under the guise of warning. Yes, we've all been warned against this virus and how terrible it is, and be careful and watch out. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't take note of it and take precautions and be smart about it. but also know that to run around in fear in that fight or flight 3D old method, it's not helping you, and it doesn't work anymore. We're moving into another frequency. We can let that one go. It doesn't work anymore, right? Look at it as awareness. It's the Great Awakening. Become aware, but do not become fearful, obsessed, and focused on something that is not in your control. This is being done. And it may have been man-made and created to keep us down, but ironically, the powers that be in the spirit world or the universe, this was all part of the plan. So this isn't about us throwing hate at, the evil people and what they've done to us all these years, and because that's not going to help you either. We have to, in order to transmute and transform that energy, we can't be in a state of fear or hate or blame or shame or anything like that. The only frequency is love. That's the only thing that can light up and transmute and transform everything. Or else you're just going to become part of the problem, right? So let me see. And that is the adjustment that must be made. We still hold that love is a far greater energy to break down other energies that are not of benefit to you. You will hear of a story, a gorilla. This story is pertinent to your understanding. I'm not sure what they're talking about. It may be the monkey effect, where I think that some monkeys were on one island, the other monkeys were on the other island, and some monkeys became aware of something terrible. I don't remember what the story is. You can look it up. Someone maybe can let me know in the comments. But their consciousness became, or they learned something. And because there were a number of, like, say 20, I'm just going to throw a number out there, I don't remember, 20, that the consciousness of the monkeys on the other island, even though they were not exposed to this new thing on this island, automatically was transferred over. So what I'm saying is, when we take the time to meditate or be in this frequency of love, we can have a huge effect on our world for everybody else. Just takes a few. But imagine if it was most of the planet. Wow, what a huge difference that would make. And that's what I'm asking today, is to look into that. You don't have to do it. This is just what if. Imagine giving you some ideas, some suggestions on what we could do to be in that power, to make change, because you can't control people. You can only change yourself. But in doing so, and you spread that frequency out into the world, you can make a difference. So let me know if anyone hears about a story of a gorilla and it has nothing to do with that monkey experiment. Let me know. This story is pertinent to your understanding. It is for you to understand the power of humanity's perspective of the world around you and to change that perspective. This is an important turn of events that will project your race in what we call a higher dimension. The awareness will elevate an understanding towards peace and the intricate levels you all hold within yourselves. Many will walk alone and choose that path, but there are far greater numbers who will see the truth. There is also a bubble anomaly that is occurring in your atmosphere, and I'm not sure what this is. This anomaly will bring great rains. This is not a flooding. So again, this may be a metaphor. This is a rare opportunity for humankind to see beyond what they have become programmed or accustomed to in their current existence of understanding. There will be others who travel from other planets and star systems who will enter your atmosphere. Many will come to aid in the transformation. They come, what we would like to express, as planting seeds of awareness. Some may be physical form, others may be spiritual seeds of enlightenment. And that is all I'm going to share with you on my channeled sessions. But as you can see, most of the messages are talking about the frequency of love, the power of love that we all have. We all possess this ability. But I think what's been happening in our world prior to the situation we're in right now is we've been kept in this busyness that has distracted us from our ability to create and manifest and build and construct a world where we can feel joy and bliss all the time. At least more frequently than not, right? Okay, so I will say that I did look up the frequency of love, and I understand that scientists claim that the frequency of love is 528 hertz. So this is the frequency of love and miracles, also the frequency to create. And in self-isolation, we are now in this amazing opportunity to be able to create. So we should take that opportunity and seize it. So in looking at this 528 hertz, it's interesting how music and this tone, this attunement, we can be attuned through music, how powerful music can be, sound. And I believe too, color also has a frequency. And it's about finding that tune. I mean, you can tune your entire body with the different solfeggio tone, I believe it's called the full range. And it goes anywhere from just some of the major ones, 396 hertz to 963 hertz, which is a connection to the frequency of the gods. Now, I also wanted to mention that a cold or flu has the frequency of 58 megahertz, and that a normal human being ranges between 62 and 68 megahertz. So when you're at your peak, you are vibrating at a frequency that would bounce off germs and colds and viruses and so forth. But when that frequency is broken down through, like, it's degraded by stress, anxiety, worry, distraction, all other shame, blame, guilt, all of that. When you're in an energy that is not of a higher frequency, then this is when you become susceptible to bringing ill or sickness into your body. And it generally starts from the spiritual and moves into the physical. Okay, so this is scientific proof that there is a frequency to this power of love. So having said that, how do we stay in this power of love? Well, you could play this frequency daily if it helps you to stay in this vibration. It can be done through meditation, through a moving meditation such as yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, any exercises like that. There's so many other ways of reaching it. That's just some of them. But the point of this episode is just talking about being in that frequency. And when you feel yourself in a place of depression or sadness or stress or anything like that, it's to refocus, making that choice. And sometimes it's difficult to come out of that. I'm not saying it's going to be easy for some. It may be difficult, and you may need some help from others to move beyond that. But it is about making choices and moving into a different focus. And what we focus on, according to the law of attraction, what you focus on, your thoughts, you will create. So if I'm focused on what like my weaknesses, right? My, oh, I'm this, I'm not very good at that. Well, that's what I'm going to continue to create, because that's what I'm focused on it. But if I'm focused on, okay, what are my strengths? What am I really good at? I'm going to focus on that. And I find the more I focus on the things I love to do, the things that I feel good about myself. If you have to write out everything that you feel good about, write it out and look at it every day. And tell yourself, and be in that moment, have fun, enjoy yourself, dance, sing. I've been seeing a lot of that online, families getting together in self-isolation and creating, and it's fantastic. And take that time also to reflect on who you are, to listen to your own intuition and your higher self, so that you can be discerning to the information that's outside. And that will empower you as well. And also to think about, what kind of world do you really want to live in? What have we been living in? Are we going to allow ourselves to continue to live in that old paradigm? Or are we going to start standing up for ourselves and speak up, right? Clear out that throat chakra and say something. Don't be afraid anymore. They want us to stay fearful. Don't allow that to happen. Speak up. We can connect online right now and become strong as a united world. They may be trying to divide us by keeping us isolated, but it's not working. Thank goodness to technology. Go figure. Isn't that ironic? There are good things to technology. Okay, so now that I've talked your head off, let me think if I have anything else here. Maybe just something to think about again. Look at everything in your life before this self-isolation. Look at what your belief systems have been. Look at healthcare. And specifically, I want to talk about, is healthcare available to everybody? Should it be free? Shouldn't it? Shouldn't it be a necessity? That there shouldn't be a tier of the rich can have health care and the poor, well, we hope the best for you. But if you can't afford it, you'll go in debt for the rest of your life, and you won't be able to see your kids for years because you're working 3 to 4 jobs to pay for those medical bills. Ironic that siren is going by right now. I believe healthcare is a necessity, and it should be provided to everyone on this planet free of charge, and the highest healthcare possible to everybody. There shouldn't be a tier system here at all. In fact, if I had to pay taxes, that's where I would want my taxes to go, period, for everybody. Also look at your financial structure. What has it been? And what would you like it to be? And your physical world. I mean, have you noticed that more and more people are spending time with their families, and both parents are there for the kids, and you don't have to miss out on what your children are doing, and you're connecting with friends on a deeper level, even though it might be on Zoom or Skype, or we're still awakening. And I'm hoping that we'll awaken even more, so that when we finally get out of this, we will have changed, and we won't want to go back to the old paradigm. And that changes will happen because we just won't put up with it anymore. We deserve better. Remember that. We all deserve better. All right. That is the power of love. So I want to end this episode with another meditation. And I'd like to ask everyone to just close their eyes now. Get comfortable. Go find a nice, comfortable spot. And just concentrate right now. Focus on your breathing. Breathe in and out. That's all you have to focus on, is just the breathing. A few more. And then after that, just allow your body to breathe normally. Try to clear your mind of any thoughts. If something pops in, just try to refocus, release it, transmute it. Go back to focusing on your breath. And I want you to focus on your heart center. And I want you to imagine this beautiful ball of energy right where your heart is. And this energy is bright white light. And feel the pulsating vibration of that. Feel the emotion. And watch that ball of energy just expand and expand. And it's expanding out. It's going beyond your body. And it's getting wider. Expanding even more. I want you to just stop for a second. Now that you have allowed it to expand out, just feel that energy. Feel that frequency. Feel the love that's emanating from you. This is your power center. The reason I want you to just really feel that is to remember that this is who you are. There is no limit to it. And just giving into this wonderful frequency. If you start to feel emotional, just allow it to come out. Maybe you're feeling it because you're really connected now. You're allowing yourself to feel the love that you are and how beautiful you are. And I want you to know that you are worthy. You are enough. You are the creator. You hold the frequency of love and light. And you are part of creating a world that is filled with joy and bliss and abundance and happiness and health. Now let's expand that energy further and send out that love into the room. Fill the walls. Continue on. And as we do this, the intention that we set is to allow, if everyone is open, to receive their truth, the love that is inherent in them. And that we receive the healing, and that we handle this transformation easily, without fear. We handle it with love and compassion. And expand that energy out some more. Down the street, in your city, let it keep traveling throughout other cities, the states, the provinces, wherever you are, the country. Let it keep expanding out into the world and into the universe. Just feel that energy. Let's also set an intention that while we are in self-isolation, that we hold on to this frequency of love. And we allow ourselves to awaken more to the truth, our truths. And we send love to heal the corruption and the structures of government that no longer work. And we release it. We transmute it. And we ask for a restructuring that is for our highest good. Before we open our eyes, I'd like to thank all the channeled beings for their messages and for helping us here now. And you can bring back that energy after. And know that when you meditate again, that you can go back to this space. Take a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, open your eyes. I bet you're smiling. I know I am. I feel great. I feel relaxed and at peace. And happy. And in a loving space to be able to share this with you. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe. And please send the message out. Spread the love.